Good evening. Happy Monday. Welcome back to your live dose of real estate reality. My name is Jackie Baker. I'm a real estate agent here in Northern New Jersey, and we talk about all things real estate. We get into Jersey sometimes too. But so tonight we're going to be, as always, talking about this awesome housing market. And is the correction coming? Are we finally here with this housing correction that we've been talking about? The experts have been talking about, I don't know, since last year. So once again, I have my good friend Dylan Lee from Tampa, Florida, joining me this evening. Let me bring Dylan on here. Hello, Dylan.
Hey, Jackie, how are you?
I'm great. Thanks for coming back. I so appreciate it. I always enjoy having these conversations with you. So this is I feel like it's the same old thing. I talk about this every week. Where are we with this, right? And as we were just saying before, before we came on here, we like to compare notes, right? So, I talk about what's happened in Jersey, what's happening in Florida. Now, Florida's just been an insane market, like for the past 3 years. But now you're seeing a little bit of a slowdown. Prices are coming down a little bit. But if the house is priced right, it's obviously selling, right? It's like just like it would in any market.
Yeah. Okay. It's like I was saying earlier, if it's priced right and also what the condition of the home is, so if it's move-in ready, or if it's been recently updated and it's priced right,
yeah,
they're moving quick. They're moving quick.
Yeah, I mean, we even have. I was saying to you before. I went to several open houses yesterday with a buyer of mine, and even houses that are just, they need work, they need updated, they need bathrooms, they need floors, and they're listed in the high fives, and they already got multiple offers.
Right.
Oh my God, is this ever going to end? Is it ever going to end? I don't know, but that's Jersey for you. So, but I think it's everywhere. I think just because there's no inventory, we're always going to have this issue until that improves. So now, from what I understand, right now it's still in the country, we're still short about 6 million homes. Like, that's just insane. And like, when is that ever going to increase? When is that going to get better? I don't know.
I have no idea. And I think legislatively speaking, something's got to give for these home builders.
Yep.
To make it easier for them to build homes and to incentivize them to build homes for people to buy.
Yeah.
Not these, hey, we're building this master community, but you can only rent here.
Yeah.
We need to incentivize these home builders to create affordable housing that people can have ownership in.
Yep. Well, the good news is the video I did last week, there was an improvement. The National Association of Home Builders did say that they are seeing an improvement. They're having a little more confidence in the market. Yeah. So there are more new homes, new construction being built. Let's hope that trend continues. Let's see. I don't know. But let me pull up the article that I wanted to share this evening. Hold on one second. And this is from fortune.com. All right. I love this. The housing market is so detached from fundamentals that a leading research firm predicts the pause in home price declines is about to prove temporary. All right. So let's just get into this. So back in early January, economists at Capital Economics put out a report arguing that the U.S. housing market demand has finally bottomed out following last year's mortgage rate-induced pullback. Not long after that report was published, housing metrics began to show a bounce back up as the 2023 spring housing market came to life. After falling for 7 straight months between July 22 and January 23, U.S. home prices, as measured by the seasonally adjusted Case-Shiller National Home Price Index, rose in February and March. However, in that report, the UK research firm predicted that U.S. home prices had not reached the bottom. Peak to trough, Capital Economics expected U.S. home prices to fall 8%. Fast forward to June, Capital Economics put out a new report titled Pause in Home Price Declines to Prove Temporary. The report argues that following the resilient 2023 spring housing market, home prices in the second half of the year will revert back into correction mode. This 7-month run of house price declines recently ground to a halt, with the Case-Shiller index showing an increase in prices in both February and March. This is partly driven by the temporary boost to demand at the start of the year from declining mortgage rates. But rates have since returned close to double-decade highs since October, set in October, which has caused demand to fall to its lowest levels in almost 30 years. Given this and a weakening economy, we expect sales to remain low and that price growth will turn negative again later this year. Okay. I love when the experts come in here and throw their 2 cents in. So anyway, I don't know. I've been saying this, it's going to be stagnant. I think it's just going to remain stagnant. I don't think we're going to see anything change too much. Like I think we were saying, if a price is home is priced well,
right,
it's going to sell,
yep.
Right? And as long as we have this inventory issue, nothing's going to change. It's the inventory that's really impacting this. I mean, do you agree with that?
Yeah, there's not enough inventory.
Yeah.
It doesn't even really exist, and I think that's where pretty much any type of property, whether it's an entry home, your typical middle class home, which now the typical middle class home is being pushed higher and higher. And even homes, 750, $1 million plus, 2 million plus, there's really not much out there.
I know.
Yeah, it doesn't really exist.
No, I know. And I think this is, I would love to see the correction happen, honestly, because as I said to you before, it's just not sustainable.
Right.
These prices are not sustainable anymore. I mean, just looking at your market in Florida, how much prices have gone up there. Oh my God. Just, it's just like buying a house here in Jersey.
Right.
You're going to like be able to sell your house and go in all cash in Florida. That's not the case. It's not.
Yeah.
And it's getting very expensive, and what about, now here's the thing, speaking of Florida, I know I'm digressing a little bit. The insurance costs in Florida. Oh my God. Can we talk about that? How are you guys surviving that? I can't believe you guys are paying.
It's insanity. It's really wild. And I could talk about this, at great length, but insurance costs are continuing to go up. Fortunately, the folks in Tallahassee, made some they passed some laws that helped out the insurance companies, which in turn are actually helping out consumers that take out these homeowners policies that basically made it more difficult for folks to have these ridiculous claims put in. I won't say the industry that's doing it, but so so hopefully there's some sort of easing up, but heck, I was just reading in a local Facebook group. There's a family in my neighborhood. They were paying, I think it was like $2,600 a year, and now their renewal is going to be closer to $4,000 a year.
Whoa! Oh my God! Yeah. Really?
Yeah, really? Yeah. But what we don't know is, how old is their roof? What else is going on with the home? All we know is what's at face value.
Still, oh my God, that's crazy. That is crazy. Well, my husband just told me the other day that he got an email from our insurance carrier that our rates, our insurance is going up, I think 13% or something like that. But I think that's across the board. I think a lot of these insurance companies are increasing everybody. But
yeah, I'm hearing that too.
Florida, man, like, oh my God, I think you guys pay 30% more than the average American.
Yeah.
And anybody else. Like, oh man, I can't believe it. So, anyway, I'm seeing we got some comments going here. I don't want to leave anybody waiting. And I see my good friend Christina Smallhorn's here. Hello, Christina. Hello, Christina Smallhorn. Thanks for being here. You're the best. So, Johnny, who else do we got here? I see we have a comment from Jay. Hello, Jay. Welcome. How hot is the New Jersey housing market from a scale of 1 to 10? 1 being cold and dead, and 10 being like a supernova. I like that. I would say it's It might be a little bit less than a supernova right now. I think it's starting to just calm down a little bit just because we're in the summer months. It's starting, this is when it typically slows down because everybody wants to go to the shore. You know, people just want to vacation and do their thing. But as far as houses selling, like I just said before, they're selling like crazy. And if you're in that price point anywhere from, like I always say, from 400 to say 700,000, and it shows well, it's gone like that. So anyway, who else we got here? I see Dom's back. Hello, Dom. Good to see you. Thanks for doing more Florida stuff. Question: What other way it's going? What other way it's going? Do you see Tampa becoming renting county like Miami is? Okay, can you answer that one, Dylan?
Yeah. You know, I don't really see it going the way like Miami. If I'm understanding the question correctly here, I know there is a massive renting. I want to say a population, but there are a lot of renters in Miami. But you know, Miami and Tampa are just totally different cities. You know,
Mm-hmm.
Tampa it's massive, but a lot of it is suburbs. It's a
Right.
lot of suburbs. And so you know, I don't have the stats in front of me, but I would, you know, venture to say that there's more homeownership in Tampa, you know, Tampa City, but Tampa proper, and Hillsborough County as a whole, because, you know, Hillsborough is massive. I don't really see this area going into a predominantly renter centric area, so to speak. But Dom, to your point, I was, you know, pulling up some tax records of this neighborhood, and in one neighborhood, 25% of the homeowners were hedge funds in this one particular neighborhood. Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. Which I thought was outrageous. Now, I don't
Whoa.
know what they bought the houses for. I didn't really dig deep into it, but that was a little concerning to me.
Yeah. You think?
Yeah.
I'm concerned. Oh my God. Oh, that's not good. That's yeah. What do the rents go for in Tampa?
It really depends. Actually, rents are coming down. So if you're looking for it depends. That's a big thing. So let's say like the suburbs of Tampa, if you want to get like a 3-bed, 2.5-bath townhouse, you're probably looking to pay like $2,500 in like a nicer community.
Okay.
You know, if you want a single family home, maybe it's a few $100s more than that in a nicer area.
Okay.
You know, so the rents aren't all that terrible, so to speak.
No, that's not bad at all compared to here.
Mhm.
That something like that, a townhouse like that, a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, you're talking over 3,000
Right.
up here in Jersey. So that's not bad at all. So wow. Richard, Kevin, John, pull this comment up. Let me see. So even with incentives for home builders, it will take a long time to build new inventory enough to satisfy demand. So are we in perpetual seller's market here in New Jersey for the next 3 years? Thoughts? Yeah, here in Jersey, because we don't have the land. We don't. The way I see this improving is if the interest rates come to a point where it's incentivized sellers to sell their homes. That's here in Jersey, that's the only way I see it improving. Like I said, there's no land unless you go down to central southern Jersey where there's all that farmland. It's builders could take that over, but I don't know. I mean, I don't know how feasible that would be. But I think once the interest rates reach a level where sellers feel comfortable, they don't feel locked in, and they're comfortable giving up their interest rate that they have to buy something else, that's the only way I think we're going to see that improvement in New Jersey. That's my opinion. Take whatever you want with that, but that's how I see it. So what else we got here? What we got here next, John? We have Carver 9. Hello, welcome. I wouldn't say Florida home prices are anywhere near New Jersey, though. I look at both markets and people in New Jersey paying over $500K for nothing, whereas you get mansion-looking homes in Florida. That is true. That is true, but there are some other homes I've seen in Florida where similar to here. It's like they're going depending on what part, depending on the
Yeah,
town.
it's nuanced.
Well, it all
Yeah,
depends on location.
yeah,
Yeah. So, I mean, you agree with that, right? I mean, you got,
absolutely.
but now your new construction in Florida, though, like you guys are still booming down there, right?
Parts of it, yeah. So actually, just about 10 minutes away from my home, maybe a little bit closer. Yeah, there's like 3, 4 neighborhoods it's being popped up right now. I think the signs say from like the mid to low 500s. So it's one new neighborhood being put
Wow.
together
Okay.
from like the low 900s, which is insane. We'll see how they actually are able to sell those homes. Um,
Yeah.
that's outrageous. It's outrageous.
See, you see what I mean? Like 900s. Like, yeah. I mean, and I'm sure, yeah, you're getting a brand new home. It's beautiful, but good God.
Right.
It's like you got to spend 900 to get a nice house.
Right.
That's the thing, right? So, what else we got here, Johnny? Garden New. Here we go. Oh yeah, here we go. Richard Kevin again. So Florida home insurance equals New Jersey property taxes. Yes, yeah, in a way, but the taxes are your property taxes. Didn't you tell me one time you pay quite a bit, don't you? In
Yeah,
property taxes?
I do. And
Yeah.
unfortunately, it wasn't reassessed. So it's going to be reassessed this coming year since we just
Oh,
purchased this home. So I'm excited for that.
I'm sure
That's,
you are.
that's going to be really fun. I actually just had this conversation with my wife the other day. She's like, well, our taxes aren't too bad. I was like, what? We'll just wait.
Just wait. Just wait.
Just
'Cause
wait.
it's happening up here too. All the municipalities up here are starting it. They're starting to reassess. Like,
Mhm.
yeah, I hope we get out of here by the time they reassess my town because I'm not dealing with that.
Come to Florida.
Anyway, come to Florida. Yeah. All right. What else? What do we got here, Dom? What did we say? Spell check for reference. It came out this week that it takes 84,000 annually to afford rent in Florida now. Oh my God. Wow. That's insane.
Hmm.
That's like New Jersey salary up here. Do you see what I mean? Do you see how like ridiculous it's gotten? All right. So Dale, hey Dale, how are you? Thanks for being here. You mentioned houses selling quickly in Bergen for houses in the 800 to 1.4 million range. What are you seeing in terms of winning bids? How much ask are you seeing generally? You know what? It depends. Yeah, those homes are selling fast as well. Anywhere, 20 to 50,000 once you hit that million mark. I just saw one. I know in Montclair where Tracy Godfrey, who's always on here with me, she has seen like $1 million homes in Montclair go for like, go over like about almost 100,000 over asking. So Bergen, not so much as crazy when you hit that $1 million mark, but they are going over ask for sure. Again, it depends. It depends on the town. And again, the house and all the things, but I wouldn't say it's as nuts as you would find in Montclair, but they do go over ask. What else we got? All right. And Carver, hope you'll have a blessed day and find homes you're looking for. Love this YouTube. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. I appreciate the love. That's awesome. So, and Garden NJ says, you own nothing and we'll be happy. Does this sound familiar? Please don't say that. That I got to tell you though, he's got a point when you're saying that hedge fund that bought all those houses.
Yeah. I was really disappointed to see that. Really discerning. Now, I know that hedge funds don't hold them forever because actually we bought our house from a hedge fund, which was interesting.
Really?
Yeah.
You bought it? You bought it from a hedge fund?
Yeah, they listed it. They had a realtor. I think the realtor just works for, I don't know what relationship they have with this particular holding company for the hedge fund. But the fund bought it in, I think, 2015 and has been renting it out up until 2022
I'm
when they put it on the
shocked.
market.
I'm shocked that they sold that because I was always under the impression that once these hedge funds hold these properties, they're going to hold them. They're not going to sell them. They're just going to continue to rent. So I guess they took advantage of the market. They just wanted to cash out. But,
Yeah. And
wow.
that was my impression too, that they would just hold it and, continue to screw everybody. But,
Yeah. Well, let's hope that doesn't happen. But I don't know. Let's see.
I'm just sorry to cut you off. I just brought up my tax bill, my insurance. So my insurance that I paid last year, not bad, $3,000 a year. My
Okay.
tax bill, 13,000.
What? You pay as much as I do in Jersey.
Yeah.
You do. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Well, where you
Yeah.
are, I think you have said you're like one of the higher tax places in Florida, right?
Yeah,
You're not all
they
like
get
that.
us good here in this part of Hillsborough County.
Okay.
And our CDD is really expensive as well. So
Yeah.
and they wrap that in with our taxes.
Right.
So
Wow. Oh my God. Oh
yeah.
my God. All right, Johnny, we have more comments here. Let me say, hello, QLox. Welcome back. What do you think about the new proposed legislation that would cut property tax by 50% for homeowners over the age of 65? I know it may not pass, but interesting proposal. I think it's freaking amazing because everybody, once you hit 65, everybody's leaving here, And what the sad part is, we have such good medical care here in Jersey and also having New York City right across the river with all the great hospitals. And I think that's great if they can do that for people over 65. Because once you get out of this area, I mean, and I'm not trying to throw shade on any other states, but it's kind of hard to get good medical care, you know? I mean, that's just my opinion. And I know like people who do move out of the area who like go, some people who live in Florida that I've known, their parents, they fly them back up here for doctor's appointments. It's just it's what we know. It's what we're used to. You want to go to the best, so that's anyway. No, not throwing shade on Florida, but I'm just
No.
So anyway, oh hi Tracy, you're here. I just saw your text. Thank you, honey. I'm glad to be back. I know I was off last week, so a lot of you may know this. I'm a band mom, bona fide marching band mom, and we had our marching band awards last week, and I just couldn't do it. I had to be there. I had to be the band mom role. My daughter got a couple of awards. She's going to be the drum major of the marching band this year. I'm so excited. So yeah, we're good stuff coming with our marching band. So anyway, so let's see who else do we got. All right, Tracy, what do you got? You believe the market, even in the coveted Montclair and Glen Ridge areas of northern New Jersey near New York, are beginning to correct. Yay! Yay! Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh my God, Tracy, because your market, so where Tracy is, if that's starting to correct, that's a sign. That's a sign for Jersey that it's happening. Bidding wars are beginning to subside just a bit. Oh, thank you, God. Okay. Oh, look at this. Tracy pays $22,000 in Montclair, and that's low. That's her taxes.
Ugh.
And that is low, right? Tracy, that is on the low end. It is. I know it's scary.
Woof.
So, Dom, thank you for the coffee fund. I appreciate you. And we got here Bob Curran. Hey, Bob, welcome back. My daughter put an offer of 5% over asking in Metuchen last week. So 540K asking 5%. She did not get the home. I'm not surprised. It's still going on. It's still, but it's funny you say 5%. I was talking to a colleague of mine today, and that's pretty much that's the magic number. She's been telling her buyers, like, you got to go in 5% over ask if you want the house. But it's not always a guarantee, right? Because somebody wants that house bad enough, they're going to throw anything at that house to get it. So that's unfortunate for your daughter. But you know what? This is what I tell my buyers. And Dylan, I'm sure you feel the same way. You tell your buyers this. Like, as long as when you put that offer in and you can put your head down on the pillow at night and say, you know what? That is the best number I can, that's the best I can do and that I'm comfortable with, or I don't feel I'm overpaying, then you did the right thing. And if you lose it, you lose it. It wasn't meant to be. And then you would have ended up overpaying. So that's my opinion. So, but anyway, we have here Rita. Hello, Rita. Thanks for being here. I have a question. Are there loans for people with low credit score of 550? That low? I don't think so. I mean, FHA is what, five? Is that 580?
Yeah, I thought it was high fives.
Yeah, FHA is 580. You could get, I don't recommend it, but they're called non-QM loans where they don't follow the guidelines of your traditional FHA or conventional loans, and you pay a huge, like a tremendous interest rate. I don't recommend doing that unless you absolutely have to. I mean, you're talking like your interest rate could be like upwards of 9 to 10%.
Right.
You don't want to do that. So that would be the only way you could get that. So I would highly recommend getting that score up to at least a 580 or 600, and then FHA would definitely be the way to go.
Mhm.
Do you agree, Dylan? Do you think that's yeah? Tracy's
Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely.
Yep.
And I'd say that the best thing to do right now is talk to a lender, and a lender
Yep.
can probably put you in contact with someone that can help improve your credit score,
Yeah.
and work on that credit score first and foremost.
Yep.
That's gonna be the best thing you can
That's
do.
the key thing. You always got to address the credit. And yeah, Tracy said here you can so bring your score up for sure. Tracy, what else are you saying here, hon? I do believe that sellers are coming out and have a more realistic idea of where their home should land. Buyers are savvy as they should be. I so agree with you. Like my buyer today, he's not going crazy with going over list price. He's like, I'm not, no, he's not doing it. And I don't blame him. I don't blame him. So
Yeah.
it's good to see that again. Like when I was talking to the listing agent today on this one house that he wants to put an offer on, when we're talking to the listing agent, she's just like, she goes, I almost feel like this deal may be a little bit like normal, like pre-pandemic normal. Like I don't have like, 100 offers being thrown at me at once. I'm like, it's like, just please God, let that be the case.
Right.
You
Right.
know?
To Tracy's point, the sellers that do have a more realistic idea of what is going on in the market, those are the sellers that tend to price their home the right way right off the jump. And then, that's what I've seen, the homes that sell quicker.
Yeah.
It's just they understood what the market's doing, and they're not looking at what their neighbor from 6 months ago, what their home sold for. They're looking at the actives, the competition.
Yes.
Okay, well, the house down the street, that's at 550. My house is kind of like his, and his has been sitting for 6 months, not 6 months, so like 60 days.
Yep.
I can't do 550. I need to be a better value. I'm coming in at 530. Let's see what happens there at 530.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And homes are moving.
Yeah. Now you're so right. And that makes me happy to see that the sellers are listening and the greed. I don't want to be mean or anything, but like the greed is not there as much anymore. I think they understand these interest rates where they are, they can't be asking these outrageous prices.
Right.
But that's the key thing. They got to listen to us, right, Dylan? They have to listen. When we show you prices, we show you what's selling, what has sold, what's under contract.
Right. Right. And, when I sit down with my sellers, during consults, especially if I get, pushback, that's fine. I just, I ask the seller, tell me, why is your house worth, $40,000 more than your neighbors?
Mhm.
Just like explain it to me. Maybe I'm missing something here. And then if
Right.
they're unable to, then it's like, well, okay, maybe you're right. And the homes tend to sell quicker if it's
Yeah.
priced right. Competition based pricing. What else is out there that hasn't sold yet?
Yep.
And if you're a buyer, I think right now, if you're a buyer, it could be a great time to really get a deal on some homes that have been sitting. I don't know what you're
Absolutely.
seeing, but like if the home's been sitting for 3 months, 4 months,
Yep.
go in,
Yeah.
shoot your shot.
Yep.
Now's the time before everyone else does.
I know, because that's the other thing, right? Once those rates come back down, what's going to happen? It's going to bring
Right.
in more people back into the buyer pool. So yeah, if you see something sitting there now, I so agree with you. Go for it. Go
Mhm.
get it now. and then you refinance. I know people hate hearing that, but I would jump on it now because you're just going to have more competition once the interest rates
Right.
drop. So
Right.
you're better off being in the house and refinance when the interest rate drops rather than overpaying, like just overshooting to get the house. So
Yep.
totally. So, all right, what else we got here? Mary. Hey, Mary, how are you? Thanks for being here. Any input on why there's so many different versions of credit scores? For example, Experian. I think I counted 5 or 6 on the Experian site. I'm not sure about that. Dylan, do you know? I don't get the whole. That's a mortgage thing. Those guys would know. Do you know, Dylan?
Yeah, that I would have to toss that to a money man, but
Yeah,
I think there's Experian, TransUnion, the FICO score. FICO is more
FICO.
so
Yeah,
what the lenders will look at,
yep,
and typically if your TransUnion or Experian score, let's say it's like 750, then your
yeah,
FICO is usually about like 720. I think it's a little bit lower than what the other scores are.
right.
I don't know why or how. Um, that would be a solid question for a lender.
Yeah, I have no idea. I'm sorry, Mary. Like, next time I get one of the mortgage guys on here, they'll know that. They know that better than anybody. Tracy again. Hey, Trace. Why on earth did we get into the seller's market where they sold all of their neighbors sell way over market? Sit tight. We're good. Yep. Yes, we are, my friend. Oh, here we go. Dia, houses still closing 30 to 50 over asking in Connecticut, not seeing any relief. Wow, in Connecticut. Oh my God. I bet you're getting a lot of New Yorkers going up there too. They probably gave up in Jersey. Now they're moving up to Connecticut. It's just insane. Okay, Dale again. For homes that have been on the market 2 to 4 months, how much below ask do you think a person can offer? Let's say the home is 1.5. Would it be legit to ask 150 below ask or lower? I don't think it's a bad idea. You can try, and just see what the seller says. Like at the end of the day, the seller makes a decision. It's up to them what they're willing to accept. So,
Mhm.
I don't think that's insulting at a 1.5 million house. I've had clients do that,
Yeah, shoot
before
your shot.
this. Yeah, exactly. Shoot your shot. Go for it. You don't know. So,
Mhm.
yeah. All right. Hey, David Matney's here. What's up, David? I thought there were 3 credit bureaus. There are, but I think what Mary was saying, there's like additional scores or something. Is that how you understood that, Dylan?
Yeah, I actually started looking it up because I saw David's comment there.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so I see Experian. I guess like there's Equifax. That I think maybe Experian is what gets you the score.
Okay.
Um,
I
yeah, I
don't
feel like a
know.
dummy right now.
Yeah, I know. I don't know this stuff. That's why we have mortgage people to help us out.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh my God. All right. We got another comment from Bob. This is great. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. And don't forget to hit the like button. If you're watching this right now, please like, also share it if you find this valuable. It really helps out the channel. And also this information is going to help other people out when they watch us. So Bob Curran, my daughter, just married, first-time buyers, may go live with in-laws instead of paying rent increase for apartment and lost that Metuchen home. I'm so sorry. But you know what? Bob, this is what's going on a lot especially with our millennials. There are a lot of them that they're moving back home. They can't afford it. And I have to say, my son lives up in Boston, and him and his roommate, they just renewed their lease. They were going to increase their rent. I want to say it was over $200 a month. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Wow.
Yeah. His roommate went back at them and negotiated it and got them to keep the rent the same. I'm like, yes, that's a big win. I'm like, that never happens.
Right.
Never happens. I don't know what the kid did, but God bless him. I'm so proud of him.
You got
So,
some dirt on them.
yeah, totally. Yep. Yeah, right. Dom, it should be really interesting to see who wins this employee versus boss. What are you talking about with WFH?
I think it's work from home.
Oh. Okay, got you. Sorry. Not thinking that. The employee versus boss war. You know what, Dom? I don't know. I think you're going to see work from home a lot now. A lot of people are just like, my husband's dealing with this every time he's, um, when he's interviewing people, like it's all, and he works for a company that's 100% remote. And he said, this is all these people want. They just want remote now. And it's driving him crazy because he wants to be in an office somewhere. He doesn't like it at all. Rita again, is Trenton, Hamilton, Burlington, and surrounding good places to buy? I'm not 100% on those markets. That's like South Jersey, Trenton. They're more reasonable in price, not Trenton so much, but I believe Burlington is. I do have I have a video here on the channel, affordable places to live in New Jersey. I highly recommend you check it out because there are some pretty cheap places, towns in Jersey, believe it or not. And we have JK again. How crazy will things get if the mortgage rates fell to 5.9?
Crazy.
It's going to get crazy. It will. It will, unfortunately. So,
hey, one thing you had said a moment ago about refinancing down the road, if you can. So a little, I guess, a tip for everyone out there: when you're getting pre-approved for a home, or you're talking with lenders, ask them what their process is for the refi, because some lenders have free refinancing, and so it's basically just like a few clicks and say, yeah, we offer free refi. And so, we hold on to the mortgage, or we'll do this, yada, yada, yada. We'll give you credit. There's a mortgage company I know, that's one of the things that they offer.
wow.
Refi. Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting. See, that's key. I think that's smart. That is really smart on their part. Yeah, because the refi gets expensive with the closing costs. So that's that's such a good incentive.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I love it.
I think it's like 3 years. You have 3 years to refi.
Really?
It's a long enough window. I think.
I think so. I think that's great.
Yeah.
Oh my God. What lender's doing that? Do you remember?
They're called Homeward.
Oh, I've heard of them.
Yeah, called a Homeward. And so they're not in every state just yet.
Okay.
They're not in every state, but they've got some really cool products too for like home sellers. Something that's called buy before you sell, which essentially they'll buy your house before you put it on the market, give you the cash so that you can go and buy a house cash, be competitive.
Oh
and
my
then,
God.
Then they will sell your house, put it on the market, and there's like fees, of course, to use the service, but instead of always going out there missing out. And
holy cow.
Yeah, it's called Homeward. Jackie, I'll send you the contact. Their top lender within Homeward. I will send you his contact information so that you can share it with the channel.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. That's really interesting. So we're talking about this. It popped into my head about the. Have you seen how Rocket Mortgage is offering 1% down?
If they can close on time, and
don't get me started on that. I know. I've got a couple of deals at Rocket Mortgage, and no, I don't like Rocket Mortgage, but other lenders are following suit, and they're offering the 1% down. And I don't know about that. That worries me.
Yeah,
it's almost like smells like 2008, 2007. Like that's the first. That was my first gut feeling when I saw it, like 1% down.
Yeah, that seems predatory, and I understand.
Yeah,
but like a big company like Rock and like many others, obviously they want to offer these programs if they didn't make some sort of money on the back end, thinking, okay, we can make some good money off of this.
Right.
I don't know who is going to be looking at buying say a $350,000 home, putting 1% down, but then seeing what their monthly principal and interest is going to be.
Yeah.
Holy smokes.
I know. Like that's just, I think it's only for people, like if you want to buy like anything under 200,000, I think that would be beneficial, but anything over that, oh my God, what your monthly payment would be. Nobody can afford that.
Right.
I couldn't believe it.
Right. It
So,
would be sweet though if it was for secondary properties. I
oh
would.
yeah,
I'd be all over that. I'd be all over that. Like, oh, 1% down for an investment property. Well, let
sure.
me just put it in my cash flow calculator. You
Yep.
know.
Oh, that's a no-brainer for sure. But
Yeah.
I don't know if that would be allowed on second properties or investments. No, investments you have to put 25% down.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that would
It's
be
my
nice.
primary. Wink, wink.
Yeah, sure. Didn't I tell you about Yeah. Oh
uh,
my God. All right, Johnny, if you're still there, we have another comment here from we have Russell Burden. Russell is new to the channel. Let me see here. All right. Hey, Russell, welcome. If doing FHA loan, you can do a streamlined refi where all the closing costs are rolled into the loan. So if the rates go lower, refi no charge. Oh, that's interesting.
wow.
Oh my God. Look at
That's awesome.
learned something new tonight there, Dylan. I had no idea. Look at that. That's
Mhm.
awesome. And then we have another comment here, Johnny, from AJ. Hey, Jackie, what are your thoughts on Fairlawn and Hawthorne? Fairlawn and Hawthorne, great towns. Fairlawn, I will tell you, is competitive because it's in that sweet spot price range, 4 to 600,000. The location is great. Their schools are good. Hawthorne, another one that's becoming popular. You see the trend. People are like going into these towns now that are, lower priced, and now those prices are coming up. So they're used, yeah. So that's what's happening. So Fairlawn's always been popular just because of its location. The schools, it's got beautiful parks there. Hawthorne, yeah, we're seeing it. I'm definitely hearing multiple offer situations in Hawthorne now too, where it wasn't always like it wasn't a big popular town, but now it's becoming more popular. Tracy says Fairlawn, very competitive, amazing schools. Yes, Tracy, absolutely. Now be careful when you're buying in Fairlawn because they rezoned where the kids go to the elementary schools depending on what part of town you're in. So they changed that. So make sure you call the Board of Education if you're going to if you're buying a house or if you're going to make an offer on a house, call the Board of Ed before you make an offer to be sure where that elementary school is for that house you're buying, because you may be thinking it's one school and they rezoned it and you're actually going to be going to a different elementary school. So just a little fact there for you. Just keep that in mind. David, isn't it amazing when you say 400,000 is a sweet spot? And it's really not. It's really not, right? I mean, what's the average that you sell? Like, what's the average price you sell, Dylan, in Tampa?
Yeah. So actually, I just brought that up just to see what was going on. Average sales price in June, right? So far this month is 360. Last month was 371. Before that was 368, 359, 347, then 335. So we're seeing kind of a trajectory going up. But yeah, it's about right.
Okay.
360 is the average, but Hillsborough County is so big. And
Yeah.
you're going to have areas where it's, $120,000 home. And that's going to bring down the average. And then there's just
Right.
4 neighborhoods where everything is at the very least $2 million. It just is what it is.
Yeah.
And so there's a lot of discrepancy there.
Now, do you have a lot of condos there too? Like, where are you in relation to the ocean, to the water? It's like,
Yeah. So I live in Lithia. But Lithia is an odd place because you look at it on a map, you're like, that seems like it's like out there. But I'm only 35 minutes from downtown Tampa.
oh,
Yeah, it's a great place. 35 minutes from downtown Tampa, 45 to Orlando.
oh my God, you're in a great location.
Yeah, 40. I think it's like 46 minutes to my favorite beach, which is Indian Rocks Beach. 45 minutes, ish to St. Pete. So it's a cool spot. It's a great location to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, where I live specifically. But
Wow.
yeah. But I'd say like in my community, the average price is probably around 550 is the average.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah.
That's not bad at all. And considering that the location, that's great.
Yeah.
I like where you
So
are.
where I live in Lithia, you get more bang for the buck. So if my
Yeah.
house was where I used to live in Tampa, this home would probably be 1.2.
Oh my God.
And it's not that. Like this house, we did not pay that much for this house.
Right, right.
So yeah, it's like you said before, it's all location.
So exactly. Same with here too. You can go down to South Jersey and get more for a little bit less, or you can spend in the millions. Like here, Tracy just commented, my average sales price is between 600 and a million in Essex County. Yeah, that's like a given in Essex County. It's just, yeah, it's a lot. Yeah. But so what else? I'm just running through the comments here, making sure I didn't miss anything. So anything else going on down there in Florida that we need to be aware of?
Hurricane season has started. And
Yay!
yeah, yay. And so
Which,
there's these two weather guys, Mike's weather page, and he has a Facebook page where he just follows the weather. He is all these models. He's awesome, great guy to follow. And then there's this I think he's with CBS. His name is Dennis, and he's awesome. But they're already beginning to track some storms coming through. So yeah, hurricane season starting up. It's hot.
yeah, it was hot up. I've been telling you, it's hot here today. Humid. It's like the humidity is starting to get going up here. I'm like, oh, here we go. We're into summer months, but it's not as hot as where you are.
I tell you though. So I used to live up near DC, and it's hot and humid up in the Northeast.
It is
really, really hot and humid up there, and it's comparable to here in Tampa.
Yeah,
it is quite comparable. So it's just hotter for longer here.
Yes,
I've come to realize, the time I've lived here. And what I love about it is I hopped in the pool today. It was 86 degrees.
Oh man, nice. That's great. Yeah, but I don't know. I couldn't do Florida. I couldn't do it year round. I couldn't do that heat year round. The humidity. No way. Like, give it to me for a few months here in Jersey, and then we move into fall. I'm like, okay, I'm all good. I can live with that. But now, hurricane season, are they predicting this year it's going to be a bad year, or are they not?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't even know if they know.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you, and I can't do anything about it.
Is it El Nino? I thought El Nino was going to be. I think we're in an El Nino year. Does anybody know? I don't know. Anybody out there can comment. Is El Nino happening this year? Because I think that's where it affects us. Like, we get the heavy hurricanes on the East Coast, and La Nina is on the other side, or something on the West Coast, or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Really crazy. I don't know. I think I'm right. So
I see a comment from Bob.
Sorry, let me see. Bob's got another comment here. Dylan, I see a big problem with the increase in homeowners insurance in Florida. Yeah, we were just talking about that before. The insurance is just, I can't get over that 30% more in Florida versus anywhere else.
Yeah, so basically, in short, and I'll be super quick on this, and I'm not well versed, but before you could assign your benefit from the claim to a third party. And so these companies were coming in saying, hey, we see some damage, we'll take care of it. We'll handle it from the insurance side. You don't have to worry about a thing. And so they would fix these homes, right? And they would file the claim. And if the insurance company didn't pay the entire claim, they would take them to court, right? And so it's just a backlog of lawsuits. And so you had all these insurance companies that were just getting sued left and right.
Okay.
And so I think they got rid of the ability to assign away the benefit from the insurance claim to help deter these companies from their predatory practices.
Oh my God. Okay.
Allegedly predatory practices.
Okay. Interesting. Interesting. God, but then you guys are the ones that have to pay for it, right? I mean, it's so stupid.
Right.
So stupid. Well, hopefully this year the hurricane season won't be as bad.
Yeah. Let's hope. Fingers
I
crossed.
mean, you had Ian last year, but were there others prior to that?
Last year?
Yeah.
I not that I recall. Ian was the one, right?
Yeah.
And a good buddy of mine, he's an agent down in Fort Myers, and he just posted this picture that parts of Fort Myers still haven't, people's homes are still, devastated. My aunt and uncle, they lost their home, they had to sell it.
Oh man.
Flooding came up into their home. Yeah.
Oh my God. But you fared okay, right? You didn't really have any damage?
Yeah, untouched. I think a twig fell down in my front yard.
Oh my God.
Yeah, yeah,
Well,
yeah.
you're lucky. You're so lucky. Oh, it kills me when I see the devastation after these
Right.
storms just blow through. Like, oh my God. I pray that doesn't happen again this year.
Right.
I really I'm praying you guys have a good, quiet, knock on wood, quiet year with hurricanes. Let's not have another Ian. And let's hope we don't have a Sandy come up here like we
Right.
did 10, 11 years ago. That was hell. We lost our power for like 9 days
Ugh.
when Superstorm Sandy came through. And we just moved into our house here in Jersey. And we moved in August. In October, that storm came. And we're like, oh my God, what the hell did we do?
What did we do?
Like,
Right.
oh my God. Yeah, it was pretty bad. But we survived. We now have an all-house generator. We got smart. We're like, we're not going to let that happen again. So we
Right.
had ourselves a generator. But yeah, it's crazy. Hey, Phantom Games, welcome back. I see you here. So housing correction. Let's see. Seeing Tracy's comment though, like especially here for Jersey, seeing her comment that it's slowing down in her neck of the woods, that tells me we very well could be there getting to a correction. I hope for everybody we are in a correction because this is too ridiculous now. Like, just stop already. So, well, hopefully that'll be the same in your neck of the woods too, and we'll see some normalcy. But again, until we get that inventory rising, it's not. It's I don't know how much it's going to correct, but we shall see. So anyway, before we go tonight, I wanted to show everybody, just remind everybody, you can find Dylan on YouTube. He's got an amazing channel. Let's pull him up right here. Here he is, Sell the Gulf, Dylan Lee. Go check him out. If you want to learn anything about Tampa, you can go watch his videos, learn all about what's going on there. And let me stop sharing. And then, as always, if you guys need a referral, obviously you can reach out to Dylan if you're moving to Tampa, but I also have a link. I've now partnered with Home and Money, so you can click on the link if you're looking for a real estate agent. If you're somewhere else in the country and you need an agent in your area, be sure to click that link. That'll bring you to Home and Money, and they will get you partnered with a real estate agent in your area. So be sure to do that. I think this was a good chat. And do you think we're having a correction, Dylan? What are your final thoughts?
I think it will happen. I think it will happen. What the correction actually is, I don't know.
Right. By how much?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna see something where, I mean, we've got to.
It have to. It has to. As I say every day, it's got to happen. It's going to happen today. And then it doesn't happen, then I'm like, okay, it's going to happen today.
Today's the day.
Today's the day. The eternal optimist. So anyway, Dylan, thanks so much for hopping on tonight. It's always a pleasure having you. I love the conversation. And let's do this again. And stay cool down there.
We will. AC, it's cold. Love it.
Yep. Keep that AC running. And everybody else, thank you so much for the comments, the conversation. And I will see you all next Monday night. Have a great week, everybody. All right. And